Welcome to Angelo's Tennis and another good morning edition. And I want to talk about some of my thoughts after attending a ITF Futures event. And if you haven't seen, I have a bunch of videos, some court level videos of that event, and I have a lot more to come. So subscribe to the channel if you're interested in that. And I think what people don't understand is that what you're seeing on the video, it's very hard to really understand and comprehend what's happening on the court. Everyone hits differently, and what I mean by that is when you're receiving the ball as a player, everyone's ball feels differently, especially the guys on this, I would say especially the guys at this event. If you watch closely, they're all doing different stuff. They're all built differently. They all have different skill levels as far as how hard they hit, how much spin they hit. And I actually there's even a video of me hitting, and you can see the variation of my forehand and backhand, kind of the variations that I'm showing. And to me, that's really showing that the difficulty of these different balls. And I'm not saying that all of them hit like this, because they don't. If you watch some of the matches, a lot of the matches, they're, I would say at least 30% of them, they're hitting very slow. The ball speeds are not fast at all. In fact, they're much slower than maybe what you would see on a rec court, or what you consider a recreational tennis player. And that doesn't mean that they're worse tennis players. They're actually, my opinion, they're just as good as the ones that hit hard. But it's just going to show you this is the difference of style of play and difference of skills. And that's the thing I noticed, that people watching these videos, they don't understand when players make mistakes. And it's not just me making mistakes. When you're there, you see shanks, especially on indoor courts. You see shanks left and right because it's hard to see this as a spectator. Oftentimes the ball coming, it's almost, you could say it's impossible to hit. Like, no one's returning that ball. No one's returning that ball with anything that looks pretty from a forehand or backhand standpoint. I don't care if you're Djokovic, Federer, Nadal. I don't care who you are. And you just don't see that on TV. Oftentimes, I would say, like, a lot of these guys, they don't exist in the top 100. Like, you're not what you see. And I've been to thousands of professional top 100 tennis matches in person, and these guys don't exist in the top 100. They don't, like, them personally, their unique self. They don't exist in the top 100. The things they do, the way they act, etc. It's not the same. And I actually hit on this court with a guy who's he wasn't ranked, but he's a 3-star recruit. And I know, and it's not just these players. I've hit with other players that at other times, and it's all different. And that's the biggest thing that really stands out being at this tournament, that it's not the same as it's like every tournament is their own unique self. And when it comes to teaching technique, like, if you think of like teaching technique isolated, or a lot of what's on YouTube, or a lot of what tennis pros are doing, if these players tried to implement that, because of the nature of specifically the baseline game, the nature of what's actually happening at these tournaments or against these players, they would fail miserably. You can't do it. The speed, the ball speed, the spin dynamics, the court, the conditions, the court surfaces, people watching, etc. You would fail miserably. It's impossible, and it's kind of laughable that this even occurs. And the thing is, most people don't find themselves in that situation. They're not competitive players. They don't play enough matches, so they don't know. It's like animals in the zoo. They don't know that they're in the zoo, so these people can get away with They can get away with what they're doing. And the players are never going to get to that level of competitiveness because of this. They're actually, through this dynamic, they think that they're trying to improve, and they're actually never going to get to this point because of that. And a lot of these people, what they'll do when they see this, they'll justify it by, oh, he's not doing this or she's not doing that. They're actually not good players. And it's like, well, what's the point? What's the point of playing tennis? Because for me, the point of playing tennis is, it's not really winning, but it's fun. This is fun. When the rallies are like this at different, like, complex speeds and spins and keeping the ball in play and lots of variation, tennis is fun. When you don't have to think about what you're doing, tennis is fun. And winning is fun. Of course, I don't have to tell you that. Winning is fun. And when you win, if you're a tournament player and you win, you get to play more. I mean, think about that. You go somewhere to play. You have a whole weekend to play. And when you win, you get to play more. So it's really a win-win-win situation. And these are my thoughts. These are Angelo's thoughts. This is what's going through my head when I'm attending these events.